Something amazing has been discovered, a famous letter written by Pilate that describes Jesus in great detail. But before we dive into it, don't forget to subscribe and show how many people stand for God. Now, let's get back to it. Have you heard of the Gospel of Nicodemus? This gospel is significant and had a big influence during the Middle Ages. It's also called the Acts of Pilate and is divided into two parts. The first part focuses on the Passion of Jesus and includes testimonies for and against him, which Pilate, the governor, listened to. After hearing everything and considering the demands, Pilate ultimately ordered Jesus to be executed. The second part, written as an appendix, is about events after Jesus' resurrection. Pilate learned that Jesus was alive and even saw evidence of it. This section features a conversation between two people believed to have been brought back to life during Jesus' resurrection. These two describe what happened in hell and how Jesus helped those trapped there. But can we fully trust this gospel? There's no solid proof that it's authentic. If you prioritize faith over science, you might choose to believe it. However, this gospel was written 300 years after Jesus' resurrection. It shares unique details about Pilate, including his supposed conversion to Christianity, but none of this is mentioned in the Bible or other early Christian texts. Despite this, the Gospel of Nicodemus influenced many medieval ideas, making it an important text of that era. It claims that Jesus broke into hell, freed captives, and met Pilate. Interestingly, the Bible suggests Pilate didn't want to execute Jesus. This challenges the view that Pilate was a cruel and heartless man, which might not be entirely true after all. After Jesus was arrested, he was taken to the governor's headquarters. When Pilate ordered his execution, some people opposed it, saying it was not lawful to take a life. If we look deeper, we see that Jesus was not just a victim of fate. The Jewish leaders accused Jesus of claiming to be the Messiah and opposing Caesar as king. Pilate questioned Jesus, asking if he was the Messiah of the Jews. The religious leaders brought Jesus to Pilate, hoping he wouldn't treat him harshly. However, Pilate was known for being cruel and lacking empathy. Pilate's wife was Caesar's granddaughter, which helped him gain his position as the procurator of Judea. Many scholars describe Pilate as a weak and insecure man who hid his fears behind anger and violence. At first, there were no solid accusations against Jesus, but the leaders eventually claimed he was misleading the nation and refusing to pay taxes to Caesar. They wanted Jesus dead, and although stoning was common, they suggested crucifixion. This might have been to fulfill a curse mentioned in Deuteronomy 21 verses 22 to 23. Pilate tried to pass responsibility to Herod, as Jesus was from Galilee, but Herod sent him back. Pilate expected Jesus to be a rebellious and angry man, but he was surprised to find Jesus calm, kind, and thoughtful. Pilate doubted the accusations against him, as they didn't match what he saw. Pilate became curious and investigated further. Jesus was known for performing miracles, like giving sight to the blind, casting out demons, and even bringing the dead back to life. His teachings were powerful and attracted many followers. Jesus explained to Pilate that his kingdom was not of this world but another realm. Unlike Rome, which relied on its strong armies, Jesus had no army, yet he believed his kingdom was greater. When Pilate spoke with the religious leaders, he said Jesus hadn't committed any crime against anyone or the state. Pilate acknowledged that Jesus was innocent. Despite this, the people strongly opposed letting Jesus go. To please the crowd and the religious leaders, Pilate ordered Jesus to be beaten, even though he knew Jesus had done nothing wrong. What Jesus endured at that moment was truly terrible. The Gospel of Matthew describes how the soldiers mocked Jesus, bowing before him sarcastically, spitting on him, and stripping him of his clothes. This cruel treatment was inhumane. Pilate tried multiple times to release Jesus, 5 times in fact, but nothing worked. The religious leaders and people were determined to see Jesus punished, trying every way to humiliate him. When Jesus wore the crown of thorns, the crowd shouted, "Crucify him." Pilate eventually gave in, even though he knew there was no reason for such a severe punishment. Initially, Pilate is known as a cruel man, but after hearing this story, What do you think of him? Did he have any way to help Jesus? Pilate thought degrading Jesus might save him, but it only made things worse. The religious leaders were the true villains, as they led the people to act blindly without compassion. When Jesus told Pilate he was the Son of God, Pilate became afraid. He saw something pure in Jesus and wondered if he was truly sent by God. At that time, many believed God could send humans to earth to carry out his will. Pilate, despite having the power to release Jesus, chose to follow the crowd instead. Do you think Pilate made all the decisions during the trial? What if it was actually Jesus judging Pilate? In the end, Pilate failed the test. He gave in to the people's demands without evidence or proof and condemned Jesus to death. Roman tradition required condemned individuals to carry their own crosses. To make a spectacle, the Romans forced Jesus to carry his cross, beating him and causing him even more suffering. This tragic moment shows how far they went to humiliate and harm Jesus. Archaeologists have discovered evidence of a crucifixion that dates back to the time of Jesus. This crucifixion was similar to how Jesus was crucified. Pilate, the man responsible for punishing many people without fair trials, was eventually called back to Rome for his actions. He was tried and punished there. Jesus was a strong and resilient man. He endured humiliation and torture before dying on the cross. Historical texts describe the climate during his death as unusual. At noon, when the sun should have been at its peak, darkness covered the land. This darkness lasted until evening, resembling nighttime, with stars visible in the sky. Some believe this event was caused by divine intervention. If you've made it this far, you might be interested in joining our exclusive members-only area. There we share videos and information that can't be shown publicly. Members get early access to content and learn truths we can't reveal elsewhere. If you're curious, check out the link in the description, pinned comment, or on our homepage. As we wrap up this incredible journey through history and uncover the mysteries surrounding the crucifixion and the extraordinary events during the time of Jesus, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've explored. The evidence discovered by archaeologists takes us closer to understanding the realities of life and justice, or the lack thereof, in ancient times. It reminds us of the resilience and faith of those who faced unimaginable trials. The story of Jesus' crucifixion isn't just a historical account, it's a testament to strength, sacrifice, and unshakable belief. Pilate's controversial role sheds light on the consequences of unchecked power and its eventual reckoning. While history judged him for his actions, his story serves as a cautionary tale about justice and accountability. But beyond the historical figures, we've delved into the climate and cosmic phenomena surrounding Jesus' death. Imagine the shock and awe of witnessing darkness at noon, as if nature itself mourned. These events have inspired interpretations across faiths and cultures, often seen as divine signs. Whether symbolic or literal, they add a profound layer to an already monumental story. History is a puzzle, and every new discovery adds a piece, deepening our understanding of the past. The evidence of crucifixion and the environmental anomalies during Jesus' time not only enrich this story, but also connect us to the people who lived through these extraordinary times. Now, if you've stayed with us until this point, I want to extend my gratitude. You're not just a viewer, you're a seeker of truth, someone who values exploring history's depths. And for those of you who want to dive even deeper, I have something special to share. Our members-only area is designed for passionate individuals like you who crave knowledge that goes beyond the surface. It's a space where we share exclusive content, unfiltered, uncensored, and packed with insights we can't discuss publicly. You'll gain early access to our latest discoveries and a behind-the-scenes look at our research process. As a member, you'll be the first to know about the latest archaeological findings, historical revelations, and untold stories from the past. It's an opportunity to be part of a community that values curiosity and lifelong learning. Joining is simple. Just click the link in the description, the pinned comment, or visit our homepage. It's your chance to support our mission and ensure these stories continue to reach inquisitive minds like yours. History is more than dates and events. It's a window into humanity's journey, with lessons that resonate even today. By becoming a member, you're not just gaining access to exclusive content, you're contributing to preserving and sharing this invaluable knowledge. As we conclude, let me leave you with this thought. Every artifact, every ancient text, and every historical clue is a bridge connecting us to the people of the past. Their struggles, triumphs, and legacies shape the world we live in today. By understanding their stories, we honor their lives and learn how to build a better future. So, thank you for watching, exploring, and reflecting with us. If this journey has sparked your curiosity or inspired new questions, don't stop here. Dive deeper, ask more, and never lose your thirst for knowledge. Until next time, stay curious, stay thoughtful, and remember, history is alive in every step we take. If you're ready to continue this adventure with us, don't forget to join our members area. Click the link, and I'll see you there. Together, we'll uncover even more incredible truths that shape our understanding of the world. Take care, and see you soon.